All right, chapter 5, lesson 7. This is about subtracting linear expressions. We added linear expressions yesterday. This first one is going to be just about subtracting linear expressions. It's go time. Let's do this. All right, so your learning target today is I know how to subtract linear expressions. And what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at one way to do it. And tomorrow we're going to subtract expressions again, sort of, just a different way to do it. Okay, so your key concept is a lot like adding expressions. The first thing you want to do is you want to reorder the problem to have all the like terms on one side of the variable, or one side of the expression, and all the constants on the other side. So it takes a little bit of reordering. Then, after you do that, you subtract only the terms with the variables together by just subtracting the coefficients. And lastly, you subtract the constants together. So let's get going here. Let's do a few examples. So example 1 says subtract 4x plus 1 minus 3x plus 5. And the first thing I like to do is I like to call this kind of like a negative one here and distribute that negative through the equation. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this as 4x plus 1. And then I'm going to distribute that negative, so that negative goes minus 3x minus 5. Okay, so pretty much what I did is I got rid of the parentheses by distributing that negative throughout the expression. Okay, so now we're left with 4x plus 1 minus 3x minus 5. Now all I have to do is reorder that expression by getting all the terms with variables on one side and the constants on the other. So I'm going to keep 4x on this side. And I'm going to minus a 3x, add 1, subtract 5. That takes care of all of them. And when we solve this, this is pretty easy, right? 4x minus 3x, we can subtract those because they are the same. They're like terms. So 4x minus 3x is just x, or 1x. You could put 1x too. And 1 minus 5, well, that's actually going to be a negative 4. Because we start at 1, go back 5, we're coming to negative 4. So we have x minus 4 as our answer. All right, example 2 now. This is going to be the same type of thing as yesterday. Remember, what I did is I reordered the problem yesterday like I did example 1 here, where I put all of these in numerical order and then reordered it that way. But we can just set it up like a long subtraction problem. Okay? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this expression here as negative 7x minus 6, and I'm going to distribute that negative to make it minus 7x still. Okay? So now I can rewrite it as minus 7x minus 6, and then this grouping right here, I'm going to subtract out 7x. Whoop. That does not look like an x. And it sort of doesn't still, but you know what it is. You know what it is. And really, I'm just adding 0. That way I have my constants on this side, my terms with variables on this side. And now we can just subtract. What's negative 7x minus 7x? Well, that's just negative 14x. Okay, that can be tricky. Excuse me. That can be tricky right there because, well, a lot of the times we think, well, that just brings it back to 0. We've got negative 7x and then a positive 7x over here. They're going to just cancel to be 0, but it's not so because we're subtracting it. So negative 7x minus 7x is going to be a negative 14x. Then negative 6 plus 0 is just negative 6 still. And we're left with negative 14x minus 6. And that's all we're doing today. We'll get a little bit more into detail about a different way to do it, but that's tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this little bit today, and keep it real. All right, peace.